Cities across France saw further rioting and clashes with the police on Friday night. Over 470 people have been arrested. Violence flared after a teenager was shot at close range by a police officer in Nanterre, Paris on Tuesday. The officer was arrested and the boy, Naël, will be buried on Saturday. Faced with the chaos, the government suspended public transport from 9 o'clock on Friday evening, banned public gatherings, increased manpower, and imposed curfews in an unsuccessful attempt to halt the cycle of violence. Demonstrations accusing the police of racism and violence were banned in Paris, central Marseille, Lyon, Bordeaux, and Toulouse, but hundreds of people still marched with placards calling for the police to be disbanded. The Algerian government has expressed its concern over the death of Naël, who was a French national of Algerian and Moroccan descent. His funeral is set to take place on Saturday morning.
Okay, Shalom, giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and salutation you Akim out there that has been pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. You have uproars of the people. The fourth day of rioting in France. This is prophecy. You got uproars of the people of the same situation that was going on in France, going on in Kenya. Because he was from Kenya, from Nigerian descent, Slovakia. So there's a lot of uproars of the people, man. A lot of pestilence going on. You know, lab-created meat, chemtrails, fires in France, coming over, smoke, heavy smoke coming over to the U.S. This is the second time. First it was Canadian wildfires. Now it's French wildfires was bringing smoke over to the U.S. These things you have to consider, man. Why is this a bunch of poisonous smoke coming over here and hovering over the skies of America? Is this some kind of biological weapon? But meanwhile, we have uproars of the people. Major distractions are out there. A lot of people is not taking heed and seeing what's going on throughout the four corners of the earth. But a man of understanding will measure the times. This is 2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 1, and it reads, He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest parts of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou well understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world in which he made. And how was the Lord Yahweh, while Yahweh Shah is beginning to visit the earth? Wars, rumors of wars, spoken of Matthew, the 24th chapter, the 5th verse on down. Earthquakes in diverse places, pestilence, uproars of the people. So that's how you measure the times. You watch the news, and when you see prophecies come to pass, you marry it with the scriptures. And you bring it out. If your eyes is open, it's not hard for you to see what's going on. It's not hard for you to see that we're at the end of this devil's rulership. 2 Ezra 6, 7-9. The ninth verse reading of 2 Ezra, the 6th chapter. It says, we know that for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is that which followeth. So we know we're at the end of this devil's rulership. That's why he's fighting tooth. He's going to fight tooth and nail. He's going to come down having great wrath, pursuing the Revelation 12 and 12. He's going to try to keep his kingdom. When you go to 2 Ezra, it's the 16th chapter, the 78th verse, the 68th verse, it goes, he's going to be like madman sparing none. He's going to come in like a flood. And the flood comes in violently. That's why you see all these, you see in certain cities across America, you see the National Guard and the U.S. Army occupying certain cities. They're gearing up for something that we don't know about. Or what the masses don't know about. We measuring the times. We seeing these things All these videos surfacing on TikTok, on YouTube, Rumble, Odyssey, of certain cities where the U.S. military is occupying these cities. Why not take heed? Why not ponder on what the hell is going on? And keep your eyes glued to the TV, to these alternative news outlets where you can get some truth. You don't hear none of this being publicized on mainstream media. You're not going to get nothing from mainstream media. All you're going to get from mainstream media is the weather and fluff and puff. Shit don't even matter, man. To keep your mind distracted. But meanwhile, all hell is breaking loose throughout the four corners of the earth. Uproars of the people. Look what's going on in France. I just showed you the video. So it's back in 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things. It says, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. How the end is being manifest? Through all these uproars of the people, wars, rumors of war, the infrastructure crumbling, the morale of the people is at an all-time low. The economy is busted up, cannot be fixed. That's why they bring in the new system. And we see these things. As we looking diligently and we clearly see what's going down. And we clearly out there warning you, but only the elect is going to get it. Only the elect is going to get it. The rest is going to walk on and be blinded to the end, man. They're going to be blinded to the end. This is Isaiah chapter 6, verse 9. He said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not. And that's what's happening. They hear the words of the Most High through his prophets out there week in and week out. They hear the words of the Lord. They see the prophets out there, but they're not taking heed. Let's read that again. This is Isaiah chapter 6, verse 9. He said, go and tell this people. What people? You Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, the biblical Israelites. Hear ye indeed, hear the words of the Most High indeed, but understand not. And see ye indeed, but perceive not. You see what's going on throughout the four corners of the earth. First and foremost, you see the prophets out there on the highways and the byways. You run across, and you can't say you have not ran across a YouTube video or Odyssey video or a TikTok video with the Akim out there pushing this word. You hear what's going on in Ukraine. You hear the uproars of the people, but you don't perceive what's really going on because the Most High have blinded you, man. It says, make the heart of this people fat. The heart is the mind. And make their ears heavy, where they preoccupy with everything else except the truth. Make their ears heavy. Their ears they only hearing what they want to hear, fluff and puff. They're not hearing the truth. It says, make the heart of this people fat, make their ears heavy, and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes. They see what's going on, but they don't perceive. The Lord have their eyes. They spiritually blind. Their eyes are shut, which means they spiritually blind. They can't really see what's going on. They can't perceive the danger that's coming. It says, make the heart of this people fat, make their ears heavy, shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes and hear with their ears and understand with their heart and convert and be healed. Then said I, how long, Lord? Then said I, Lord, how long? And he answered, until the cities be wasted without inhabitants, and the houses be without men, and the land be utterly desolate. That's when the nuclear missiles come. Right along with Yahweh Shah cracking them skies, bringing death, destruction, and deliverance. That's good. You're going to be in a blind state, in the state of stupor, till Yahweh Shah crack them skies, bringing death, destruction, and deliverance. And you're going to die the death of the wicked. Talking about the 2/3 you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans. You're going to die the death of the wicked, which do thermonuclear destruction and concentrated fire from them chariots. Why? Because you're not taking heed. You're not taking heed because the Lord blinded you. The Lord sent the angel to blind 2/3 of you misfits. The Lord sent the angel to blind 2/3 of you degenerates that was slated for destruction from the foundation of the earth. You have 1/3 that was from the foundation of the earth slated to be delivered, given that mark of exemption, and 2/3 was slated to be destroyed from the foundation of the earth. Because y'all undesirable misfits that's going to be put down like a rabid dog. So back in 2nd Ezra chapter 9 verse let's read, continue to read the 9 verse it says, for verse 5, for like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. And we see the end being manifested right before our eyes. Even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works and ending in effects and signs. And we see all the signs, the tokens are there. Prophecies are starting to speak, and they're going to continue to speak. And before you know, Yahweh Shah's going to be cracking them skies. Because hell is coming, man. Death and hell and pain is coming. And, it's going to be horrific. It's going to be horrific, man. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth near, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. And there shall be sedition among men. Sedition means the uprising against a monarch or a government. What you see was going on in France. It says, and for there should be sedition among men, and invading one another. They should not regard their kings nor princes, and the cause of their acts shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their great pride. Because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. And that's what's coming to America. All these uproars, martial law, concentration camps, and if it's a blackout, all hell's gonna break loose. Is the reason why the U.S. military and the National Guards is occupying cities throughout America. Let's keep that in mind. Because most of you are going to bow down to the slaughter. It says, and man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. That's what's coming. And we've been warning you. Great tribulation is coming. Curfews, people getting carted off to different concentration camps, and they can take you to a concentration camp. If you live in New York, they can take you somewhere in Montana or Maine somewhere, in the middle of nowhere, where you can't escape. If you escape, where you going? There's no public transportation. It's just nothing but acres and acres of land. You could be spotted quick. Many great miseries are coming. 2nd Ezra 8 and 50. Just wait and see. Wait and see. We've been telling you, mark now. Mark the prophets now, but they're gonna cry soon. Don't take heed to what the prophets are saying, because when that adversity comes, it's going to come hard. The book of Sirach 11 verse 25. In the day of prosperity, there's a forgiveness of affliction. And in the day of affliction, there's a forgiveness of prosperity. When that affliction comes, and it's going to surely come, you're not going to be thinking about what you was doing 2 or 3 weeks prior to this calamity coming upon you. You're going to be in dire straits. And we warn you, but y'all don't want to take heed. So when it comes, you dealing in the vice, you're going to pay the price. You're not taking heed. You mocking the prophets. You doing what you want to do. You scoffing and you scorning. You demonizing the prophets. You trying to change the doctrine. You doing all these things except taking heed. And when it comes, because it's coming, then you're going to know that the prophets were there just to warn you, but you didn't take heed. And it's going to be all on you. Your blood is going to be off our hands, pursuant to Ezekiel 33:11 on down. So the Lord set up watchmen to warn the people, and we warn you, pursuant to Ezekiel 3:11, 3:17, Salakia. So when calamity come upon you, let's remember that you have been warned, but you didn't take heed. You didn't take heed, now you're going to pay the price. Once again, when you deal in the vice of wickedness, you pay the price. When you sow corruption and sow wickedness, you're going to reap it. So the time is coming when you're going to have to pay up. Because them riots, the same riots you see was over there in Nigeria, Haiti, was going on in France, was going on in Argentina, and then they were a place where they riot in uproars of the people. It's coming over here. It's coming over here. Whether you were prepared or not, it's coming over here. This late in the summer and fall and winter, we're going to see what's going to happen. Because this devil is going to, start upping up the antes. You know what I'm saying? Start doing things more out in the open. Meaning he's going to start showing his horns. And you've been warned. Shalom.